All right. In the middle of the night, well, before that, I've been getting fucked with by Zendaya Coleman, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna say this, pray for me. But I'm also gonna mention that her evil ass, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Hopefully ain't no shading fraud. She's been stealing my soul consciousness. I used 3517 hertz to get it back. You can do the same thing, add as many zeros at the end and beginning as possible. You're doing some, my eyes are going blurry again. She's trying to pull me into a hell realm, her and that Cassandra Nunez. When I woke up in the middle of the night, I heard that Cassandra Nunez right in the back. I was able to, earlier in the night, get all my shit. But I'm going to say something, that August 22nd, 2022 timeline, she's ruled of somebody Illuminati. They run her. And they're in charge. And she made some deal where she sold me my successorship to He Cave as an incarnated God back in 2019. And interestingly, that's when Euphoria took off. Anyways, with that being said, she wanted to steal. It's something to do with becoming the beast and doing a lot of fucking cataclysmic shit for the Illuminati. I understand in that timeline that they see her as God, as a god, just like Nipsey Hussle was seen as. With that being said, they're trying to, it's something about my dad being related by, ISIS and all of that. The Illuminati is big on the called symbolism because they want to steal and get close, get up to where the Egyptians are. The Egyptians stay ass right there. As a matter of fact, Michael Jackson was related to him. That's why he had the influence he had. And right after he died, they stuck him in the roach realm. The Illuminati, because his Egyptian ancestors who can't find him, were protecting him while he was alive as much as they could. With that being said, I've called on my Egyptian ancestors. I'm probably going to do it in a couple of minutes because they got jurisdiction over that, over Heke, all that bullshit. They hired and all that in the spirit plane. I'm gonna do a blog tomorrow, and I'm gonna talk about this Zendaya shit. That's Santa word they trying to help and all that. With that being said, they tried to take out, I think, a couple of days ago or something. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this right now. I heard in the middle of the night, Zendaya pretending to be Baron Samedi. He's part of my bloodline. With that being said, they keep trying to kill off my fucking parents. I saw my parents get slaughtered and shit every single day after being held in the consciousness of Mayor, I think it's David Rothschild, Mayor Amstel Rothschild or something. One of them Rothschild. The timelines for the Rothschilds start with Adam Weishaupt. You can go ahead and look it up. In the spirit plane. And they got frequencies. I'm going to put them at the end and do something about that shit. Because I'm getting tired of this spiritual harassment I'm getting from her. And she's very, very sadistic motherfucker. They send her up to be like a Heke. They have her under CIA control or something. Mind control, MK. Where they got CIA agents. I saw it early in the motherfucking day in the spirit plane talking in her subconscious and telling her what to do and trying to make her kind of like how my consciousness is, naturally and tranquil, they call it. I also try to take out some friends of mine who were helping out. Anyways, with that being said, they set up like Nipsey Hussle, and I talked about it on the blog a long time ago with him, and I cut that shit short, but that was more real, veritable, and this shit is an incarnated God using my powers and abilities. And from what I understand, they want to cause a great cataclysm to happen on the earth. I saw some in 2008, 2011. I'm going to do a blog on this. That's going to cause a lot of people a lot of motherfucking problems. With that being said, that's why they want my child conscious. That's why they've been trying to steal my soul consciousness and shit and rape me of all my astral body parts. You can use 3517 hertz. I played that earlier. Tried to get all my shit back. Was able to do it at as many zeros at the end and beginning as possible. 295 hertz can help you out to get shit back. 295 hertz combined with 695 hertz is another really, really, really good one. There's a bunch of them that's mad good. 446 hertz is another good one that's power retrieval. That's actually power retrieval. 195 hertz is good for getting the power of your ancestors. What I understand, I've seen in that article, I'm related to ISIS, which is why they keep torturing my parents in that timeline. They keep cutting them, they keep putting them in their consciousness and having them get cut up and all this shit perpetually. With that being said, shit flashed and all this bullshit, I kept having her basically try to steal my soul consciousness and me trying to get it back. And they got frequencies that you can use, I think 50, 300. I'm going to tell you her soul consciousness. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I know another one is B. I was looking at it through my third eye in the middle of the night. I got B having these motherfuckers try to steal my third eye. You can use 295 hertz, 3517 hertz to get shit back. There's another frequency, 3002 hertz that I swear by that's really, really getting your shit back. Add as many zeros at the end and beginning as possible. 1150 hertz can allow you to go anywhere you want in the spirit plane. That's a really good number. And these other numbers is 1144. Put it at the end are very good for getting where you need to be. Just in frequency, good. Now, with that being said, I woke up in the middle of the night to hear my spirit team, my road spirits and all that, bearing Samity, my father, begging for help. And they did something where they separated and took out my soul consciousness and removed my spirit team so I don't get any protection. I kept hearing about how the Illuminati was going to try to make me, give me to sign a soul contract like that he Kate or something tried to do. I know her real motherfucking name. I ain't afraid to drop docs. And they did something where they tried to kill him off and they feel like they're invincible. You can use 1248 hertz to defeat the Illuminati. There's another powerful frequency I'm going to post tomorrow to defeat their asses. I'm not playing around. I don't like them. I can't stand them. Those are some evil motherfuckers. The shit I learned in the spirit plane. I learned about Prince William. He'll instantly eat children. They got a place called Gita's where they torture the shit out of fucking people and kill people and torture them up like you saw in that film Hostel. Hostel was actually based on Eli Roth. Wasn't telling no lies, but he told lies when he told you. He went to a resort and he heard about it in Thailand. That's Illuminati bullshit. That's some sick motherfuckers. You don't want to have anything to do with them. Prince Andrew, who was, from what I understand, he was a gay black man in his past life. From what I saw in my third eye, look up the Akashic records. That's why they were trying to, he was one of the ones that killed off my brother, and they were trying to get rid of him. Ooh. In that timeline, I was showing the timelines. He don't really do all of that. He'll do fucked up shit, but he don't really participate in their shit, but they force him to. Every single morning it's the royals. They'll feed the slaves that they've captured to use in sacrifice rituals. They give Prince Andrew $12 to see prostitutes or something. Something about they can deal with some entities not of our realm, where they borrow, they get paid for their consciousness, and human consciousness ain't worth all that much. The niggas, I think Rothschild's only got 500. They got like $20 or some shit. That's why they hand out black cards. That's why they got usury. That's why they put us off the gold standard, the Anunnaki. When they came to Earth, they wanted to get gold and all of that. And they took us off the gold standard in the 1930s. There was something else that I learned. They'll try to go into Santa Muerte's hell realm or He-Kates. You can use 125 hertz free people from hell realms. Add as many zeros at the end and beginning as possible. 1185 hertz transmutes to get roaches, giant roaches to eat people. And Santa Muerte in the spirit plane put a stop to it. She knew what they are. She fought them for me once, a couple of times actually. What's the other motherfucker? I hear her soul conscious, her shit speaking right now, Zendaya Coleman. I know it's some bizarre trippy shit that I'm talking about, and I thank y'all all for your prayers and all that shit. Shit is mad fucking real, trust me. It ain't coming from no, this is real. That August 22nd, 2022 timeline is mad motherfucking real. With that being said, there was some other fucked up shit that I learned about. Reptiles ain't fully human or some shit like that. That's why the Nazis didn't like their asses. Balfour Agreement. They saw right, and it ain't got nothing to do with no great grandmother, German Jewish, beautiful people. I love them. I love them as a people. I ain't got nothing against them. But with that being said, there was a bunch of other shit I learned in the spirit plane U694, 695 hertz to see. I also tried to destroy Phantom Work. I remember when I was staying at the First Serve. It wasn't First Serve. It was New Testimonial Shelter. They were helping me out. Hopefully they ain't trying to find it. Fuck with my road spirits. They kept trying to use Zendaya's consciousness to take me over and all this other shit after stealing my shit to keep me from trying to get my shit back. I don't play that shit. But anyways, it's a lot of fucked up shit. I heard that Harry and Meghan Markle or something saw me when I was topless on the fucking PCH. They actually lived in Malibu in that timeline and still do. And got disgusted with his baby eating ass. Those motherfuckers are some horrible motherfuckers. And as people have seen, I saw that the timeline started with Adam Weishaupt, Maison Blanche, Maison de Vaudeville. I'm gonna try to find out the real name. I had Baron Samedi, his higher self, and all that come to help me in the middle of the night, as well as Santa Muerte. She a great asset. I don't, I'm gonna say something like, nah, I don't like talking about that lady. That lady at the beginning of this curse, I revere her with a lot of mad respect. She tried helping me, I think, in the spirit plane a couple of days ago. I have none but the utmost respect for her. I know what she is. She operates Mexican soul kind, but she good people. She made sure I woke up every single morning. But there's a lot I learned about. You can look up that Cassandra Nunez at 8704 Broadway. You can look up the timelines, Casamigos. If they don't allow you, Illuminati will block you. Say 11.4, 1,000 hertz. I'm going to put at the end. Try to get in. Casamigos or Larchmont Village, which were timelines that she stole after me and the child spirit guide conceived them. You're trying to do something to block people from seeing me in the ads. Be careful. They took my Baphomet. You can use 295 hertz, 295 combined with 695 hertz to get shit back. I've been having a hard time getting that back to use my power against me. They tried killing all Satan and all that shit. It's a lie. It's a bad lie. And Satan was one of the motherfuckers trying to get me back in time. Like, he was helping me out and all that. He was looking out for me. And they tried killing them off. Anyways, I'm going to say something about that Zendaya Coleman. Say something right now. I'm not typically a schizophrenic motherfucker. But that's one evil ass motherfucking bitch. I'm going to say something like right now. I don't like power hungry fuckers. Money don't faze me. I don't need it. I only need it when I need it. Like people say, that old adage goes, money don't make me. I make the money. I've never been a power hungry motherfucker. People who are like that, who need money, who want McMansions and all of that. That's to aggrandize or validate their motherfucking ego in the eyes of other people. They need other people's approval. I never rolled like that. I never operated like that. I don't care about people. I'm kind of misanthropic and always have been. But I tell people the truth. I'm a real motherfucker like Tupac. Like a lot of Mexicans tend to be real sincere people. I'm going to say something right now. Y'all demiurges, Quetzalcoatl. Y'all ain't really governed by them motherfuckers. Them Khazar fake ass Jews that they got. That's why I don't feel it didn't like. You saw what was coming with them, the Rothschilds and all of that. I ain't got no problem with the Jews. But he related low key to a lot of black people. This is him with a black one. I heard healing. You related to me, and they kept trying to bully their way into my Ashkenazi Jewish grandmother's timelines. Because they Jewish, it's that whole, join the community thing. You can use 694, 695 hertz to see, and they totally fucking obliterated the woman. Them they the most evil, the Windsors and all that. Baron Samedi was telling me about it one day, and they totally eviscerated him in the spirit plane. They just are mad callous and don't. They even tried, from what I saw in the spirit plane, making themselves, my dad and my mother's highest selves, after sacrificing us. I heard some months ago, I kept hearing in the spirit plane, the world spirits were saying, you're gonna die, you're about to die, woo woo. Comes to find out, they were trying to they killed off my physical body, and they put her in a clone body that they got from Demiurge, which is like rubbery, because it's made last minute. It wasn't made with no soul contract. But anyways, I'm gonna say something right now. Zendaya Coleman in that timeline is an evil, sadistic motherfucker, and the motherfuckers that she around, that Illuminati shit. They only powerful because they stole my Baphomet. I'm supposed to be a successful Heke, but they stole it from ISIS, who's part of my bloodline, as shown to you in that article. Zendaya Coleman's soul consciousness is Satish, or I think B. I'm going to try to find out the name, but when I mentioned B or something, they started taking from me. And they started taking shit from out of me and coring me the fuck out. I've been using 3517 hertz. Usually these attacks, they always take place in the middle of the night. Like F. Yaman guys was saying, I need to protect my energy. I'm going to put this on my blog and talk about it. Because I ain't putting up with this shit. They always occur in the middle of the night when you most sensitive, when you're trying to get some sleep. But anyways, I kept hearing about Zendaya's name at the beginning of this curse, and I didn't want to believe it as one of the people who sacrificed me. And later on, one of my highest selves actually showed me it. And she showed me, it was through movies or some shit, where she stole, I had some bros that always love to do it too. My timeline would be in some films. Say something. Stealing Illuminati's Baphomet. Get their Baphomet. And that's how you defeat them. That's their power. Everybody got an inner entity attachment to the Baphomet. Get their Baphomet, you good. They took mine. Anyways, that's how they get all that power, and I need to get on my shit. They trying to kill me and my spirit team off and separate my shit, especially as I talk. That's a very sadistic, sinister shit, motherfucker. I remember at the beginning of this curse, I remember when I was staying at the American Hotel. I regret staying there because that's where I fucked up. At the beginning of all of this, that's where I made the choice of road that shouldn't have been traveled. Fucked up. I could have had a beautiful timeline. Could shut they down, the Illuminati down, and every motherfucking thing. I saw it, and I'm pissed off, and I want that shit. With that being said, I remember I said something one day while I was there, and she separated herself from an entity attachment of mine. It's connected to my mother that she was feeding off of. She did something where she placed a Russian ancestor of hers that's related to Marie Claire Stormer right here. I had her god. I had Kazembe, Coleman from that, still from my god and all of that, Yoda Bell and all that shit, Demiurge. They keep trying to put me under my motherfucker sacrificing me, my enemies and all that. But anyways, as soon as I mentioned something about her, I'm trying to remember what it was, I could hear her voice in the spirit. Somebody hook up your soul consciousness. And she separated expeditiously. So I know she involved, and she was one of the main ones draining on me. And trying to take, it was some connected to Isis within. My interconnection to Isis, which is through my mother, so she could take our power and use it to cause all sorts of Illuminati cataclysms and all that shit. I'm going to do a blog talking about it. I got to get this shit off my chest. I'm tired. I feel... Gotta go to the post office to get something today. It's even worse than with Santa Worth. They separated the shit out of my body, my soul consciousness, and spirit plane. But from what I understand, they have her act as me, as I was, as a fucking farce. Because they think, oh, this motherfucker was promiscuous because she walked around topless, and that's what they associate black people with. I was actually, I'm not gay, but very natural, real, but somewhat, I want to say masculine. I'm just me. And I don't need other people's approval. I see past the gender shit. I come from the bloodline of the Cometians, the Egyptians, who had androgynous bodies. With that being said, I'm hearing all sorts of evil ass voices. They took out a very, very nice spirit guide of mine who was antagonistic but nice. And I pray they didn't take them out completely. I'm not playing with these motherfuckers. from what I understand, they modeled her after me and are trying. They have her dressed like a fucking hipster dyke or some shit like that, which I never wore shirts. I was like that dude in the Churdless series of videos. I kind of find them somewhat funny. Shirley series of videos, where I walk around. I used to, when I lived on PCH, I never wore a top, barely. It was by the beach every single fucking point. Yeah, motherfucker try to arrest me. Anyways, I used to walk around on the PCH like that all the time, but I was just natural. I was hypersensitive to shit. I didn't put up with them white people shit around there. So I don't put up with anybody. I don't kowtow, especially knowing what black people are. I'm gonna say something. The Illuminati, the Windsors, the Rothschilds, they consume a lot of black people and they big. Because Africans are very, very nice. From what I understand, they don't like black Americans because we got a lot of Neanderthal, aka white DNA. And we'll beat your ass. And poor Africans, they big bone motherfuckers. Got a lot of testosterone. So they don't fight them motherfuckers. But we, just like with them, got a lot of high spiritual content. Which is why they're big on sacrificing us. They don't like black people like myself. I was Swedish in one of my past lives. That was one of my strongest. Vietnamese in the prior one, but I was white. English in a lot of them I learned during this person. I look at the gosh record. They don't like blacks who don't worship they black and some bullshit. They envy the fuck out of blacks and they use us in a lot of sacrifice rituals. I learned big time. They eat a lot of African babies. At times they'll fuck with indigenous American children from like Mexico, Central America, Guatemala. One of my favorite places. Them people are cool. The Mayans are cool. Mayan gods are cool. They were nature spirits. Native American babies. Look up Kamloops and the Queen's Visit. I don't like them motherfuckers. The Queen went up there to devour indigenous kids up there back in the 60s. They started killing off all the whatchamacallits, 1248 hertz and another frequency I'm going to post later on. It's very, very, auspicious for defeating the Illuminati. I don't like them. I would never make a deal with it. I learned time-wise they wouldn't. I would shut them down. I would have shut them down quick. I don't like them. They are evil motherfuckers. When you go through signing soul contracts, you sign your life, they can soul swap you. I'm going to say something. The commission guys, I actually went to my commission ancestors. They say they can't soul swap you. It's not supposed to happen on Earth. It ain't supposed to happen on Earth. I'm calling on Anubis, my commission guys right now, Rob. Isis. Thor, all of them. Bastet, I called on her. With that being said, they're not supposed to make the deals. They're not supposed to soul swap you. From what I understand, the cosmic community ain't supposed to soul swap you. I feel something right now, boy, the soul consciousness to the point where I feel like I ain't got shit in me. I'm depleted. I felt like that a couple of days ago, and I've been trying to battle this shit alone, and I saw the results, and I look a fucking hot mess in the spirit plane, like right now, what's going on. So that red streak just now. Like, look through my camera mirror and see all sorts of weird shit, and pull those bro spirits asking for help, and my parents. It's depressing. I try to save them every single fucking day and put them somewhere where they will, because I'm not really physical, be protected. And I tried to do that, early today. I was playing 125 here. I was about to play that until I saw what was happening. I'm like, nah. Zendaya, Coleman, I'm going to find out the Illuminati as well. The soul consciousness is Satish or B. Gotta be. I kept getting them B in the spirit plane or something like that. I keep trying to kill off my inner entity attachment. And all of that. So I don't get shit back. And I ain't gonna allow them. And I'm not afraid to speak my piece. And they trying to do something right now. We have to play 3002 hertz. See, man. With that being said, I keep hearing this for Sandra Nunez in the back of my soul consciousness say good. I understand they think so little of Mexicans that they gave her a mall extension, which was supposed to be like a house. Like they have houses that they live in, the house of Rothschilds and all that, the house of B. St. Laurent, all, in the spirit plane. I know they fuck with the Nazis and they like the ass. House of Dior, like they call them the fashion. It's some of my shit.